hodo bebre eno ena yebabo no ene anope dwada ide ebro baby a wo bia e mo bia kwaba eba midfield action Monday edition emergency this year me na pege mo pe me dwada ye hwe nam nsema esisi na Tony Montana transfer da mono nsem no ebebre 0507168557 0507168557 no any SMS line mo amode efa WhatsApp near 0244263902 0244263902 and then the WhatsApp line no mo amode efa your Twitter handle at Kessben Sports M with my live on Twitter twitter.com/Kessben TV Sanso and a Facebook with me at the Alpha Facebook but live on Facebook Kessben Sports on Facebook na odo contributions ahodo and so far the brain and some no doors with my download Kessben FM app no and so Play Store na also no what dey ko bia and so ya ne wa twetwe ho nkomo e mo bi na akwaba eba midfield action Monday edition match ahodo ko so miamia ahodo pi ewo wiase afa na nyina Tony Abobo na nyina no edi every sanso ana yebehwe NBA kakra Tony se be ko NBA kakra
sure
LeBron James nzembe no de atubia na hu sensempi enso ye di every Paris Masters the course why energy sa trophy and shield or whatever Paris Masters why in GC na beti na nyasam ketu akra kuda mfoli na no ekopie ho na next tour no he na eko ina aboba no e de ebremu ibe wura South Africa kra MTN top 8 na nye easy Orlando Pirates echi Kaizer Chiefs eshomoka miensa first leg no enra once and mienu aka ho ama aggregate na ko enum say about you my friend he and I say omo eko he for no no ebo finals no Mamelodi Sundowns the who Orlando Paris sorry who say some no ebo no ayede Abraham Tony Montana
I would do good morning
so ko there
onyame adom Godfather
the Yakobo asepa
yeah final na ma feel but say me okay yeah Saturday me ho na no say Saturday Sunday na granite basa na reception it say baby
enya some kitwa Kessben television and cry wow I don't want to names in the military
okay dos
but you try baba farmer be a young boy be
yeah
na almost so much papa don't hear one
yeah jomoso yeah don't want
all right Montana my head of Libra and another player.
Walinti emena so yentu fane hwen sama ekoso onko for ekroso Kessben Sports on Facebook all like na o share ma onu so any opportunity enso etimi ayo bi kaba na the message na abama se Jona Bejafo enso etimi ayo ho adwuma kama e the amount betu fa na hwen sama ACC onko for ekroso yen shase FMF Paris Masters and our France and a tournament no enso etimi eba na e na chese tena jumedi a eno yes, Kagare. Akwaba Sikagare.
One difference, Gary. One difference.
Oh,
we didn't run out of the me choose music again. Me dama to say.
Na Akwaba na be fine. To beako say. Yeah, to say
we do about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, we dey kafa. We I said time na ko be
the night.
The first ko be to ko ya obaya. Na sa so be juma.
Night cra.
But be.
I be. It is in Kofu, you see, do. You see, I baby be one and
so.
Best so papa, ja, 16 million. What do you
sorry, I say, Yambo and Tia cameraman go, GFA cameraman, your Tiaka, Kukuro, 60 million. Pipi, Momo, Utwodi, on Cantrobia. We have a catch him says Sikana Banti.
We Tracia, said you, Sikano. Said you, Sikano. Then be a trust Sikano. The Sakayan.
What's him around to Kube Mame? Kube
million. Miss Mugan. Who's on Basso to Sikano? That's what on Catene would have made. Others never up a cocoa. No, intact.
Intact, why? Then I'll be a fine. Be a fine. Let me tell you.
Call into my no horse.
And then you are Mamiko. Nivea men.
Yes, and be a couple.
Nivea men at the bed. Nivea men. And make up for a day amount. Nivea men.
So you put
the come out with him. No more sunny crabban. Yeah, with your prisa. And me, and now we need a quenny gym. I didn't know which you are. And one Nivea deep shower gel. Obian
and your crowd as well quickly. Okay, my entire voice.
I can say, Davis Biana, that's the name I mean, if so, maybe say, be so amanisa and Kibia de Befletcher Banonke. I come a can say, Ghana name Bully, Yenye Bo Kodai. Timaka is saying, when you phone us in immediate or Moya or Moya, any coaches in immediate or Moya. Tim, some more time or not, Yenja Jumani and Condi in the Yago Pons with my day. Actually, to me.
Sudan.
Voice and I'm not in this year. One voice I'm in this year. Move right 0244263902 0244263902. One voice and I'm not say yeah bono. I say yetima compile a top 10 fantasy league users. Me pamucho muntie dino top 10. Kessben FM, Kessben Television fantasy league points after week 8. And a day Bremi. May try me we are not 30 seconds national. Na me compare winner no na match and credits this year. One first one Amo Francis or 577 points. 2 Killnet Foucault Mensa 567. 3 Paul Bedin Terrier 566. 4 Benjamin Timms 562. Ibrahim Sunday a fifth or 562. 6 Yusuf Abdul Razak or 560. I think 7th Samuel Boatin Owusu 556. 8 Dauda Fuseni who are 549. And I feel Douglas Boatin and also Enkono 548. 10th Fifi Micah 547. Until Kessben FM, Kessben Television Fantasy League points after week 8. And I'm a day at Edano. I feel quickly Yemra do Winnie and Neno. Why voice near TA? Pacho voice no why even about
voice no. Responsible ni answers ni Isaiah 2 Anabila Anabila Kojoamu Akun Mohammed Emmanuel Jemfi Thomas Gia Emos Frimpong Asamojan Richard Atta Ampem da Costa Justice Blay Richard Christopher Netti Richard Oseajimai Fatao Abdul Salam Yakubu Wahab Mohammed Anabila Kojoamu.
As good.
Okay.
As good.
Kojoamu.
As good.
024.
As good. Right back now.
0242.
Yeah.
022408.
Okay.
Kojoamu.
Your friend Black Stars.
Aya.
Into ono na the voice 18. Why the
Kojoamu.
Why the
0242 022408. And now what can I say?
20 cities.
20 cities.
20 cities.
Okay.
Nti se menya voice for there. Ni na jina Tony Montana so. Se menya voice for there.
Besa chebi account.
Okay. 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 Ebe di no.
Ebe
ye.
Minimum de open ko fa bro.
Okay. Gentente me na hunto yo.
Ebe mo ai kikiki.
Yeah. Ene de misma anya research bi anfa ho.
Ah, de nyame
ase. Mo ho asema na.
De nyame ase oti na pa.
Takuru da ba. Extend the eti. Wo. Ngejame. Alaga sa baba.
Sejo.
Remember 5 minutes na. So boko de weekend.
Ya ho ye pa.
Ya ko panse.
Sejo.
Yeah.
But your weekend me ko ye offense so.
Okay.
Na my boy say friend no oduro dwamna. owura do dwam no se no ono owo was na na so wo okes
okay
and we say okes for ne was for bo match we na di referee now making sure say one na match bro just say mo event say okes for tika was the second half from 40 90 minutes move bobes 15 minutes in the car was so important what is about say the Kessben okay one of the boy Kessben TV every blessed day
no was the kind of that who you party okay
nice myself was so pension 2017
okay the kind of
so what is the Kessben car
you are so better but my father's amajatum I don't know the time be alcohol. So we're normal 3 minutes now. Yeah.
Mami ko abriye. Mami ko has fast way. Say weekend the house by Accra. Ana omko chief mama ko jem paibo. Adechi Saturday and omko the spiritual home of the club. A new town.
Feed ya nkuya.
Oh, say Joe.
Shiranim paibo amagino. Before the start of the league, you know. Hi,
Saint Mary, Anglican Church,
and in view habitat.
I'm not Christian for some country, a horse in Shira. Ayo, Mufu and we are now doing Chiricus. TNA, Omuye training. Now, second Wednesday, now come send come Babesrako Doma, Mopushi Thursday. Thursday has Tim Babesrako Doma, match and Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Now, I'm prepare some ball and then it's that tomorrow Wednesday on ball friendly match.
Okay.
You are made Bible to you. Say you mami ko abriye.
Come.
Wasi la Sama Boy, the Sama Test, the club du Ghana, la Précaté, Chocolé, la Moi, la Tika là-bas, Somokwa Toté, appelez-vous aujourd'hui, appelez-moi Poté. C'est tout. Abriye wasi kade. And our phone the war or some I was Sama Boy. Senior me Fufi, and go find the war. Kakwa sells in Kofona Prati. Sana people noka. Say Joe. Botuga Express. Was say referee du Ghana, Kalamoa, la son, la Félemois, la toi, the examination, Tamite. Froka là-bas, à tout la mort, tout motion. Ojon Kole, c'est tout la main. Refrikala can who be say you. Refrikala ba, a friend also answer. Say you. According to Botugo Express, say, Okoye refrikupa test in Binu failure. What failure refrikala so the cockroach. What just say? T was say a crab concache, was it a peniba cache? So say, I'll be a brief for. So we see swear ye. So say, the BS brief for swear ye. That's how we did not the Pacronica in Intino. Say you refricala sword as some no cocots. Say feeling a banner. La Proca. Club du Taqua, la Mediama, la Corse, Somotema, Création, appelle-toi la terre, attention, tu dis quoi? Appelle-moi encore amputé. C'est you. According to the Proca, aussi Mediama, somebody cakrabi. Memory day no boka kosi o stadium o na man from boka kosi anymore na the actual go ayi no so nie wase do ma chere somebody do ma chere go so nie wase nkrufo yegu wase nkrufo ba ye o mawu hade unya abantenwe asia also actually go no go area except one club. So medium on first so much, you know. A second week of the you know. Boko we no boom. Tomo you know sing for no ba munya habanting. To kakwa say was in hano. Sa park we free no go area except one club. Club there club ko ba obenya good results minim sa club no.
House
me one church has there.
Okay.
So yes we be there. Moses Bakase one day say yo no go area except one club.
Has.
Asana people naka.
Yankoi.
Say you mawi.
Okay. Asai Baba Alhaj Edi Aba Eye Yadini Besia. Me kwa ba Facebook comment no bebrebe na mo amode fe for other areas ni na no be kan e de amamo ye ba sisi a bidafo enso e ba no nyina atras Babeto edwa clubs no akansi ebisi wa fi no Confederation Champions League ni na hwan ene besia ni na babeto edwa ene na yensaka clubs bia omo de em say omo nka prelims no ehun mo de fie so ayi mu firi me boroboro mo ha na fi mo be sia mo ali nka ho AS Vita nka ho Esperance nka ho Horoya nka ho Mamelodi Sundowns Primero de Agosto omonka ho Raja TP Mazembe WAC enka ho and afi Zamalek enso enka ho wenu ne okuda mpanifo pa yini mo ewo Africa mo amaka no mo bati kafunka ene enjibia bati omonka
we asante kotoko abeti
kafunka as good abeti kafunka ene enche betodwa before we pege mo ni na ho nsem enso ebebremo andike ma mencha se mfam free ho na sa ayiwe na ma menkai abranti otimani mai marejata I'll say if I need a center back I'll sign Thiago Silva. He could play in Serie A with a cigarette in his mouth for at least 2 years. Fabio Capello. On a Casimanamwa. Abranti na yesu pija ni mwa na watiato. Of course, slide in and Tiako show. Boy, is all to the body. Also, go to be. She say, my pass also go to be. Maria Tama for one child. Adewi. Yeah, Kaba. Ubisi cigarette. But my team Muka Granaro. You can be cigarette in his mouth.
Yes, on say cigarette. In this context, I'm tempted to understand that what we in BB and Uncle for time of video or Gina Nina or Tina Goma relax that time as a bone football no we are what break crashes or Gina need Dinisicano.
Yes.
Even at that stage, he can still play in the Serie A for 2 years.
Wow.
And it's not coming from any other person.
Wow.
Fabio Don Capello.
Wow. Obeyano. Eka unko ejina o ejitie wa ke Pama Brandt in Chelsea. They have me cry this a slight tackle no. Maybe I hear book kick and was so good to get. No, I can't say I can't come
No, but I could not found me now when to recover. I never know cow.
Okay, also I knew you. What do you come? I knew you. And again, I'm in through.
Sergio,
8 minutes.
Thiago Silva still in the Premier League. He's still playing the Premier League with a cigarette in his mouth. See, Premier League great. The same old story now. Fabio Capello can now.
Oh, sir.
Ask yourself, the greatest centre back that I've played in the Premier League. At the age of 36, where was John Terry? At the age of 36, where was Tony Adams? At the age of 36, where was Vidic? At the age of 36, where was Ivanovic? Where was Carvalho? Rio Ferdinand. Sergio Rooney Johansson, Jaap Stam, Laurent Blanc, Solomon Campbell, Marcel Desailly, Frank Liobeuf. At the age of 36, no more way. This is a player at the age of 36. Jackie Brazil centre backs, Diego Carlos, Rodrigo Caio, Marcos Marquinhos Correa, Eder Militao. Sergio, a host of top centre back that are showing so nimbono. At 36, you must say, no, I'm carrying an him and an in his presence in the Chelsea setup. What has been the consistent performance of the Chelsea team? What has been the progression of the Chelsea team? Is there any stability in the defense of Chelsea? Is there any stability in the whole department of the Chelsea team? Is the team progressing? And the Chelsea footballer, you can only count the array of goals. A proper leader at the centre back. And that's why I bet you will be a ball, but I dare back was I want to say Thiago Silva, Eka French, Kante, Eka French, Cesar Azpilicueta, Eka French, Edouard Mendy, Eka French. So the back five of Chelsea, you have about 2 to 3 players. Are more consistently that speak the same language with Thiago Silva, and that is helping him as well. And he said, "Yo, Chelsea team na never be on mujina. So omo match na omo pon. Check the number of goals that they scored, and check the output of the team in defense, nobody talks about Zuma again. Obiara referee said Georgino ne Abranti and the Carhabers are not playing. It implied that the quality of Adi can look at Hakim Ziyech. Already from the English media, everybody is talking about him. The question I asked myself is, the Omo Hunana. So share. Question baby, and what follow the quality now? You not ask questions. A half midfielder, a half winger, and look at the incisive passes of them. Shabon or them Timuvena Kobosen. And said, "Yo, Chelsea team now within a short time, they are performing so well. Oshabon no be a movie. Obiara said in the last two games, Carhabers Ebobi.
Omashe the most number of goals.
Yes, said you. And the Marin said,
Omashe goals you be out. One checking in here.
Okay.
Because I'm about 20 goals or so.
Said you. If you look at the team as well, Hakim Ziyech and Shah Obama pass, he will assist. Timo Werner and Shah Obey assist. Tammy Abraham and Shah Obey assist. And when you affect him, that defenders eshe because in Abencho or Laoshe, in Thiago Silva Laoshe, come to the midfield. Jorginho say, come to attack. Christian
Chelsea has the most goals. 20 goals, 10 conceded.
Sure.
Closely followed by Tottenham Hotspur 19.
Right. So it really tells you that the method of Frank Lampard or Chelsea and Bonechino, so it is really working. And it is clear with an attacking football. And that is what is truly exhibited at the Stamford Bridge. The whole department, goalkeeping, defense, midfield, attack, baby, baby, anywhere and you have found the right balance. Into Ubun's Hakim Ziyech cutting now a two pass to the last person with the other pool. And said you clearly Chelsea they are just on fire and they are performing so well. So the Mami Pimo man.
Thiago Silva, the composure, the confidence, the passing abilities, the footwork.
So medical say Obia Sherry.
Marija tentina me jiji hosan.
Said you say Marija Tawanka said Thiago Silva on him ball pass.
Menkasa so kasa.
Okay.
Memphis me ba obuya bam.
Oh, said you a matter of opinion, so let's respect it.
Let's suppose and I opinion respect.
Oh, did say you me I mean you na faako.
And it must be opinion no.
Time and you to cast Thiago Silva or if it's a say it is the Premier League. That have Harry Maguire. Emre Clap.
You think you no corner be the one to one kuna. No man is sorry. Oh man is sorry be face me.
Said you can say o can make us a Premier League na new team o can.
It's all true. Who them to.
Said you make us a Premier League na new team o can when clearly. Thiago Silva said you Makase he is a former Fluminense player. A former Fluminense player in terms of ball skill. Omo was animal look at Marcelo.
And you the time in Tianqua so for so.
Said you Thiago Silva he's a top class centre back in the game. He needs no introduction. He has proven at the international level, the European level, at everywhere in the Serie A, League One. Oba Chelsea is a complete stability adding up to the Chelsea defense. And Obi Osho Obi has a do. Any how he is performing.
The captain
one situation upon any team in Clan Alliance no. On team command Chiroye, on team Masha Chiroye, and that is the problem and the reason why Madrid continue to concede in games as a do. Omobo.
One can't be out Tottenham.
Yes, I do not come saying
about Craby. Name Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City. Nafi Yemra Arsenal Sukakra.
Okay.
Craby, my bed,
okay, just I hear you manage and the problem I hear being a Garibay issue, but for Macase, the level of competition I will create here and man results. Until games are the only game I lose the first game against Everton. From that time to be seen there, just I find a way to win. The last time I heard second assembly was the game against West Ham United. Or share 3 goals to West Ham Ebabetiti. In this game, no BN said just a bit me about goals baby. But again, West Bromwich it defended so well, putting 10 men behind the ball and said you said just a bit me I'll find that antidote. A bit me I'll make it sure say Tottenham beat me and victory. But again, Lucas Moura comes in, straight defense, open up play, and allow their main man to hit the ball at the back of the net. And said, "Yo, that was obvious." Until BRF, he said, "Just a picky team from 14th." Said, "Yo, and what the buy RBCCs." EHS is in Arsenal. We were talking about Manchester City. We were talking about Liverpool. Obi a catch us, Obi a Manchester United. But check the consistency and the level of the Tottenham team. Never be on Madrid. Said and the Tottenham bubble, they have the winning mentality, they have the confidence, they've shown promise, and everything is clear. So just say how the winning mentality and that psychology na become. And said Enra, it will be nominated that first until Leicester City be Wolverhampton by a goal to them. And we are talking about teams are more able so any and said the Tottenham team cannot be exempted. Or more performance less so any the quality of players are about the team and how they've improved the Tottenham side and how Jose have improved the Tottenham side. Said it is the reason why almost goes.
Who's on the top for him?
So it's still early days yet, but they have experienced coach, they have quality, they are showing consistency. Harry Kane is just on fire. What
some difficult moment in my Black Stars, no. Okay. Players need to be when you know could be say we will cry COVID new one went because you see no Mumbai na say some test to COVID. What is the guarantee say we 100% negative results. So don't be quite positive pen and pressure nana ever saw Black Stars.
And I draw that a bobo so in Crankra weekend activities are all and Marijata
Sayo
Mini and Sona Wabana with Maka Yamra on a cricket area they were Wabano and Abna some Yankana
Yanka Capello Diano
Man
Capello so can be you
Capello Diana or Kafa Jagusi
Meshano
Man Cabradian
Baby say you start here you take care you are catching you
I don't
a man and narrow Muka on it and the came no Casimir.
I'm sorry.
I'm not Zebra.
Marijata.
Oh, yeah. Moral is very weak, but morally not stable. And as well.
And if you're moon said any minute, I'm surprised. What's that in the middle?
And that's it. No, be the Drobia Chapel, Mamma Fancho, will be Droby, Julia, oh, Mensana, then Sabru, we soon as if was of one rope and complaining home by the way. As ye,
because of Tom Brown, which
we drop. Oh, yeah, moon rope.
As ye,
yeah, moon rope. And then come, Debinia, you make up be drew. Then I think I'm for we don't need to be drew. No,
I saw you.
I drank as I do brown and they are worn at their fra.
Tom Brown and one and no much.
Okay, I rest as a mommy. Do you know my wife?
Sir, but I'm complaining you.
What do you mean?
I just want you.
All right, coffee with Becho. What?
So don't do the uncle. So now the young poor Dimitri. I don't mean to
Capello comments. First of all, your pundit comment and your coach comment.
Yanko.
So your coach now about to say panditria or comments are choosing different from your selection akwakobo gamer. So Capello or Kasat say pandit. So best sellers bina Garina von Henry Moyeno. But you judge man more. The ideas in a quite
maybe I've been joining program now. Or say Thiago Silva. Ever boss Serie A no easily.
About George
Shillenum ground bo. There's a very simple amount of cry. And now my comment on you.
So Joe. Now, you should have footwork, passes, skill, chances, scoring. Now, you ball playing. Metrics are offensive metrics. Football analytics, one section, no. Metrics are making one seven. Thiago Silva and some mechanic, none of them falling under these categories. Man can ball playing was him. Mechanic defensive metrics and was him. So, Thiago Silva could go or my assist or critique chances are none of them fell or fall in and seminar say Joe McKay, but the McKay the same place in the Mijina. Considering Jerome Boateng, considering Piqué, David Lewis, any player can also Thiago Silva. A deba kwa benya a wo ye week wo game a recovery and as a pace. Piqué can Jerome Boateng can David Lewis and Thiago Silva no omushembi. Now so Joe say o can pace the other ba EP and mudia. Let's just say at the age of 36 a coca 1v1 situation. Thiago Silva any answer. Now you think of the time and the Premiership only peak physically. PK by one survive it. All the players are your ball playing and survive your Premiership no. Say Joe, your more pressure. Jerome Boateng at some point Johnny free Premiership no because we say so is slow. And no one 7 and make Thiago Silva. But any footwork that be Obiero Thiago Silva in ball. And any passes, and any goal scoring, and any chances creation. These are all offensive metrics. I was referring to Thiago Silva. How about Chelsea defensively? Because at the time I was a defense and I just way issue. Now attack me brebe owe Thiago Silva should go back. Say Joe, what is the value of that input to the attack already owe? Defense no muhiya na juma no. Somebody ebe share no be you know 1v1 situations, tackling, blocks, clearances. These are defensive metrics. And when American wants them say 36 years, the guy is past his peak. A Basa Okasa already was him defensively. He's past his peak. But see, I call him not about 1 idea. Or even 40-year-old Ukraine PK. Said the original Basa Dim. Said the devil was the bomber Arsenal. Said the Jerome Watson I call Bayano. The boy playing skills are not done. One of them the Hunra. Defensively, what has he done? Say Joe. Mamincham quickly. A brand new sir. Mikel Arteta. The other Mesuto Zono. I try to want Basa be boy tiano. Within the duration now, about 2-0 Arsenal now player na create 2.4 chances per 90 minutes, the highest for any Arsenal player. And on no manager that sideline no. Oh, share the next player just 0.89 per 90 minutes. The most Ozil the only free man, and now Ozil is nowhere to be found. He's been outcasted, and the Nipa own team create even 1 chance per game. Mikel Arteta rely on also in chances creation. It's a new team, so you can't the team under pressure. He's shown some identity. Playing squad no more who this somewhere, and a team no on a premature stage. He needs more time to adapt. New midfield partnerships. We agree, but Aston Villa, so many defensively you have so many questions, but offensively now team critique playing Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Willian. Not chances creation. I very tough at the man Arsenal for. But you think of chances creation, the chief. Arsenal team no, he's been sidelined. Idea I had Kakra. Sejo o share Madrid backline no a definition of an end of an era. Men can say. As the say Marcelo improve ya.
Mema obi wati. Also me found chow.
Unya kan le no. Waka le na say.
Ku feta bodje no kan no any briefo. Franco Naru.
Wana so da de be ma me tu makati mpibi. Franco nka bi ma me. Me tu ma so bibi. Debi. Wana so do me. Into adia odi mama ja zompe na so de
no wasa das
o ka na ma do wasa afi de wasa ndan ma
ni we se me de ma na o ye ni bi brufo
dabi ni brufo
ko wo bi
se na ko nanim
how to ka be 3 hours ko je
se me wie no a ma tie su we mu
Naro
Sajo
na nsa so chiao obofo
oh okay
ai also chiao pa
so shala
baba ogana ya
oh sir
no campaign so
campaign
oh yes
I think we can
no kumasi ya obe program grow ha
oh okay na maintain kan
to so chiao pa na
onya show say me dress into manager me say ano pembedru na nkrofotwe madwensi so red blue white
aso wa MPP mpo ba fe na wo atwuma dwena maso coincidence ana wo shada na wo
adwen kra maso
o ni tade nbe bre sanity
adwen maso
all right
tinadaza mamu
ke de on say in politics
de
de ani agudi won
so we are ni didi hon komo nkofo biebiem ni e kombom so we unify
in politics ba ko na ase okay
ko don ko so be ayi fofi abaya dum mu wonte wati fa wunyima so one top amana abaya me yaduma na be yebi on ko dija
ngodofu
so mu ko dija so mu traba de han ko
you have we be srebiko mo pa ba kwa ni se egwaro ko menye
president
no busy eyan so mo bomba ye ya ro
ya so
mo bomba ye ya
Lamba bono nso betima di president
yo
Sergio, I
Yes,
think
sir.
time in Timamania and just 2 minutes because it will be. First of all, Nano Saturday, I was so optimistic. Say, come what may, United be share button. Clear. Only gonna so share pattern in the Yamania is so clear. We share Timo Bibium no Abubia. Likely unya results, no. And you ask yourselves, are there in smaller teams, own to mention? It's a major problem he would have to address. When you're 7 consecutive Premier League away wins. Record as far back as 1989 in a United year. So the legendary Ferguson could not even get straight 7 away wins. But whom it is saying, IBB or Honum. I think Everton started very well Premier League, but gradually, almost Nema Kofom. Arsenal defeat in the day. A bit unfortunate, but we've been season BR or the Biba. Besides Aston Villa for no. This is the team last season, final day no more avoided relegation. To beat Leicester City 1-0, beat Liverpool 7-2, and beat Arsenal 3-0 away. You ask yourself, what is happening over there? Yes, they are doing very well, but I still think they be a surprises in Ibi.
Naro's dressing looks more of MPP parliamentary candidate, like Napo. All right. No. Sometimes you don't get what you dream for, but in the EPL, there's always a surprise package. And what happened to us now was one of them. But Chelsea did well to come from behind to win the match. The Blues for life. Nanadu science tutor. Tribakudia Senior High School and a day way and so a bay. Hereford, we a P teacher. I was a Dujemfi Senior High School. A Dujemfi, wow. Why? Good morning. Why is it that issues of Manchester United are like forbidden fruit at Kessben FM? Why? If we lose, the whole studio are against us. But when we win, you prefer to discuss Chelsea rather. Is it true? Me
analyzing the statement. Or of Manchester is like forbidden fruit. Meanwhile, I was watching to Mr. So how is it forbidden fruit? I just said discuss but if you win and win, and you're so important than others one because every single match be a boy be our. And today, what I said, the significance of win or lose no, and you can't watch somewhere. So when you be a Manchester Blues to be an Ebeka, and then you be on Bibini Benebeka, and you be an Beka Arsenal lose or win. And then last I think Manchester cry one of the clubs that discuss because since I maybe this has been cast now, Manchester one of the clubs.
Manchester.
There is a forbidden fruit.
And besides that, some are part of the panel. I just spoke about Manchester, didn't I? You be on the test by before I spoke.
No,
we are no say free honor. I think United is up there. If you are one of the issues I said
last week, I'm more formal no D 3 days.
So, Okoka said they are the form of their life.
One after winning you.
He was expected us to. I was thinking,
what's Everton 3-1?
It was a big win, honestly. It was a big
Everton
more than Asabella Koshas not 3-0.
No, on say
so on that sense, any time you choose what is
big games and no Premiership anymore.
Big games, all right.
City, Liverpool was the biggest, followed by Everton, United.
But City, Liverpool, did we discuss it? Because if you say but you know, as now
Liverpool versus Everton, and Man U Everton,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
and then as Mabana United and Everton, then can you afford to Saturday?
Everton grad this is American say no moko. Kindly check the next 5 to 6 matches of Tottenham after the international break. My head is even aching me. For Josie Mpo, Orlando filmmaker so quite a day with
teams will be able to so when I was Bromano show me at time, Baba.
Okay. Confession, Yambra Africa Kakra.
Yes.
Now, Yanko Patrice, Kakra.
It's getting hotter and hotter. And African this morning calls.
Mamelodi Sundown.
Yes, this morning I've had calls.
Yeah.
From Kenya.
Yeah.
From South Africa. from Uganda. I've been in contact with my friends in African football. We are discussing the areas now. Africa politics is I hope. And I know Ahmad, I can say, or consider say, or contested. On finally nomination, okay, new 30 minutes, the BBC, yes, a release story. Say FIFA, person Mobane Ahmad, and the 9th November. Okay. FIFA person on okay say, you know, I don't want to now consider say or contested for second term. No, 30 minutes later, the BBC the story in the buy. 2 days ago, a TN up Sakafa president, Mika Sakafa, the people in the central of Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Omosano, Omosia, Omo decided to support Patrice Motsepe. Some of us didn't believe it because Patrice Motsepe CAF presidency, John Van Enkaho, not doing this big time politics going on. Now, and then SAFA, which is South African Football Association, I had a press conference. I may take part. I was part of the press conference no more and no pay. Now, Oman say they are presenting the candidature of Dr. Patrice Motsepe, owner and president of Mamelodi Sundowns, to contest for CAF presidency. Jack Anoma, also first, no, Ivorian Football Federation president. Later, so, but no, one of the CAF representatives of the FIFA Executive Committee, certainly Executive Committee, no, not Jack Anoma, FIFA Executive Committee member from Africa. 2013, or no, I imagine so contest Isaiatu as CAF president. I think September 2012, Yabako March 2013 coalition, no more meeting, no more resolution says, so only elected executive committee member of CAF, I want to contest for CAF presidency. Effectively ruling Jack Anoma out because on a threat. What I say, even though he was serving on the CAF executive committee, but he had no voting right because he was coming from the FIFA executive committee and also sit on CAF executive committee on Twaba. Into Omo statute no change and says, oh yeah, elected member, elected and all right to vote member of the CAF executive committee. I want to contest for CAF presidency, and I'm a Noma anti-man contested. That is no difference. And they were cyber back. Africa's Football Federation, Sidi Diallo, a release statement said now the Ivorian Football Federation nominated Mr. Jack Anoma to contest for CAF president. Yeah, because I think 3 people to also support you or 2 people to support to make it 3. Oh no, so we support you. Endorse it. We will nominate you, but you need endorsement as well. The area baby Jack Anoma is when you need endorsement. But CAF president, you know, only filing a document. Make us say, oh yeah, isolated because COVID actually, when you COVID, into his isolation in Cairo. Why is Dr. Patrice Motsepe so? That's why COVID. Okay. Mamelodi Sundowns own and also COVID. Okay. Also is in isolation in Johannesburg, South Africa. Also, and COVID. But then the SAFA president, Dr. Jan Jordan, announced say the South African Football Federation representing with endorsement from Nigeria Football Federation. How much you pay? In fact, how much you pay? A true official letter on those Patrice Motsepe. On the Emma official, any official crowd or endorse. And I also hear say for obvious reasons. I also hear say. Now, Sierra Leone Football Federation President, Isa Johansson, and so Ebe endorse Dr. Patrice Johansson. Also Ebe endorse Dr. Patrice Motsepe. In Tijo, it's now becoming so clear, say, and I'm McLean, so so now it's now become so clear, say, I'm sure now Dr. Patrice Motsepe, never the next CAF president. Only nomination closes Thursday. Yeah, what that nomination be close to 12th of November. Elections is in March in Morocco. One of the elections, you know, but it's getting hotter and hotter. Yeah, share what comes out of Ahmad. Whether Oba Fale in nomination to contest for second term of CAF presidency, and I say uncontested. But then Dr. John Donaka said Dr. Patrice Motsepe, the nomination forms is on the way to Cairo. And then Oba Fale the nomination. Who's Ahmad? The days are numbered now. Looks a bit complex now because now before this FIFA ethics normal they so clear Ahmad was going to have easy ride for second term, but then nobody signs and so way back, and the fact that Dr. Patrice Motsepe But then, baby, you know, I mean, how do you talk about African football politics? Not about Dr. Patrick Metimbe. But then, Dr. Johnny Jordan is prepared to sacrifice on one custody position on the CAF executive committee. Yeah, because one the third vice president of CAF. But per the CAF statute, you know, you cannot have 2 people from the same member association, 7 on the CAF executive committee. If Dr. Patrick Metimbe call as president, Dr. John Jordan cannot come as executive committee member. And so we draw from there. We have 2 people from the same country or from the same member association. No, it's not allowed. In fact, what I don't say. And for Dr. John Jordan to now consider for the position or sacrificing position as the 3rd CAF vice president, or between acquire 2nd or even 1st or even probably on one contest for CAF presidency. Then now announce the candidature of Dr. Patrice Motsepe, no, Joe, Emma, in Sunumuai, in Sunumuai. Okay. People are even saying, say, Dr. Patrice Motsepe is the candidate from Gianni Infantino, FIFA. Wow. As the project, FIFA project. I see.
Hat now, Masha say issue for the baby yeah. African football.
Oh yes.
Nigerian football. You fan say.
Listen, I say. Listen, I say. Other member associations, ACIA, or Morocco, they decided to support Mr. Ahmad for 2nd term. Okay. And that's why a candidate. That's why a candidate. Now, Nanado to say, we for support to Mama.
All right. And Bitma Basa is your president. Bitma Trebi war.
A president.
Keto Kriku.
Oh, and no, Tio, when those will be so on the any different. Also, Mr. Jeffrey. Yeah. Look at GF elections. Who conform endorsement in the annual vote to man. And endorsement when they beat Maba. But the do fan out when the old Traban and they important.
Oh, but at least they will endorse who be who say. No, but the only who come out to about and was but at least who bow out because they say that we
support you with a
different.
No, but Cats and Cough, the Tisama Jupunic Mayano. How many people actual official letter they supported Dr. Patrice Metimbe?
Because a bit more basket, bit my answer.
To
oh, about so much support. I'm mad and answer with you.
Yo, it can be possible, but I'm sure you will discuss with us.
Answer.
I'm sure discuss with us. Say Ghana.
Okay.
And I'll just say,
sure.
And they get us as an individual. Ghana, you support your coin. All right.
2.4 billion US dollars.
That's how much it's worth.
Net worth. I don't know.
10th richest person in Africa.
Yes.
And
owner and founder of African Rainbow Minerals.
And let me add this.
And
let me
African oil worth $2.4
billion. Before people start asking questions about this, Maminka will say, you know, in the CAF statutes, you know, there's no law banning him and the club, Mamelodi Sundowns, constantly participate in the CAF Champions League. Difference will not be a president. How do you marry that? But there's no law banning him. Say, we're a CAF president, you can't have a club, you can't own a club. In fact, your friend say, Fauzi Loja, Fauzi or Morocco for president. Say, I'll be in India. Now, Sian or can say, what's stepping down as president of the club? I'm a president of the club. Say, club in India, Tamu participating in India. But I'm sure, say, Patrick Metimbe say, if indeed the nomination go through, at a point in time, probably would step down as president of Mamelodi Sundowns, not on the statute, but on governance and ethics level. What I say, governance officer being proper to do this. But nothing I didn't unfold this. So going forward, we'll get to know more.
All right, Mickey Petras in local stories are weekendy, and so CC Miami Hodropino or the Honsam, and so Abreye. Mickey before so the Bebano Yenshe, we don't crabby na Yentuaso. Okay, Sergio, good morning. To you and the crew. I hope you monitor the final funeral rite of the legend, Kwesi Owusu, the powerhouse. The GFA intentionally failed to honor the funeral. They should not tell us Lord Zico, Techiahin, Ralph Jamra, and the RFA chairman sat in for the GFA. We are waiting and watching because no matter what, whether we like it or not, another captain of the national team, the Black Stars, will die. And we will watch or see how they will organize or do. Sergio, are we also going to make 5 substitutions in our league? And I feel that we have Kandahar, Sunyan, Zongo.
First of all, your information is wrong. Your information is wrong. Number 2, who is the GFA? GFA, you papa ku 77 products. GFA, you ketekrukudia. Now, so one who ketekruku, say GFA and your president. What I say? GFA, you one person. The Ghana Football Association does not belong to ketekruku. The Ghana Football Association belongs to 8 members. Except ketekruku is the leader, is the president now. But if Ket doesn't come, it does not assume Mr. GFA didn't come. Nano do safu to from Accra, but move from her to Sunyane to join MMO. As the GFA is managed by the Executive Council, of which Ket is president. And to be Executive Council will be it is like the GFA is hugely represented, and we have 2 executive committee members. Nano do safu and Loziku. How many executive committee members? They were there, and the Regional Football Association chairman, who is like the Asenka Central Regional Minister, was also there, together with other members almost serving different capacities at the GFA. The chairman, a match commissioner, so many say. So the GFA was hugely represented. The GFA was hugely represented.
Okay.
In fact, 1 week,
we a high profile funeral. Black Stars former captain. Oh dear, near reps need there be president Nankasawa.
Oh, any rep.
School member, there be.
Let's go member.
There be school member.
Oh, minister now, we are the
president, the crow. School member, we a Black Stars former captain. I know seen a number of goals. I was some Black Stars. They in Ghana, how could you in Africa?
No, they record person. The record stood, I think, until 2013 as Samoan. I think he had 36 or 39 goals. I'm a Black Stars.
And a school member. Menkasa school member who he and say and so. But what you find compare GFA president? That's all now. Sana all Kazana person.
No, he never says so. Football. The statement he said GFA failed to. Represent. He never said, China is a president. And I'm saying that, okay, GFA.
I saw Bobo Dino or seen no one about Lozico.
But if I go say, Udo Safo also had to join the Zuko executive committee member. And I think that the position is big.
Kuvina small Canadian as president now no more.
Oh, but never beyond a president, he cannot be all the places all the time. You know,
say free say if Fundahona now old players now didn't know. They didn't see the GFA reps. They came in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So one ban up.
And the things
okay, something like that I will agree. Something like that I will agree because
if Fundahonum said be could pay at last respect to him.
Yes, thank you. But as you Napan the cat cannot be all the place all the time. That's why he's working with other people. Every time we discuss these things so every time because depending on programs so every time we discuss it no
okay all right the Kwame
but the sense cannot especially those things you understand
general and our nipa bebaha so nipa shatawale ebebaha SM for life ababa music plus jumedie ni so nti wo se obi anhye ne so na ye twa no general shatawale
hey
SM for life and no studio
oh yeah
no studio no message here Debbie say na we say kwanza no
ababa music plus
that say start to hire me feel no ntia
one can the number 1 fan wa
oh yeah we pa obeba ntia music plus mo expect you say oh na Tony Papa
chevela no pakusi enyu
numre
ni call on Jenny ono na mde nko
chatole na
oh yes
keto kroko su feel ni brutal
kill them with
Avaro why did that say nanju
ade
sabi oh as any soon I am kwase su mane nam de
the brutal
but this the we are sitting now
the Jesus say
must go ahead give the local story the local story
the Jesus say
but
I don't where is that all about more say gwa
akwanyum se we are sitting obedi but nyum
won the into abakuma say
nyakuma kan
and wabana all
media to
wafa baby bia music atonsu ashtown Najeno so. General Kumasi Asante Korokonsaka Krata from Ghana Football Association and when you say late call up Christopher Nete Umunyano for the Black Stars game into official match letter at the break Kumasi Asante Korokonswa communicate to the boy say ono so mama na kwan so bitima ko Bernard Mensah General Beka Black Stars a ball 2 friendly games against Mali yes also another game and so against Qatar Abante baby na okoye no nya COVID-19 watcholete the Ghana Football Association say sabre no omu hold on with the call up into the national teams or you ready obe communicate to the GFA said the beya obaba back ababisi akan edema the Black Stars
of let's call up no kujama ko kan
sorry say kujama ko and general kan
ba so no we present ya waja wo
general kan tina man kan okay kujama ko enso kan is good and how many players are ya from for Black Stars Thursday because we keep coast and game no so ebekoso but general answer na be say no me pese enko boase first ya ko boase first Obuasi na Ash Gold enya Sokwa Deportivo boy coach Milo aba Ash Gold against no boy no but mo share Asokwa Deportivo by 2-1 now after the game na coach Milo on a coach edema Ash Gold team no was sabre ne first half no ne ni nje ho kra baller Ash Gold boy no onu coach Milo no ne ni anje ho yentie Ash Gold new coach
but first half I am not satisfied. They play very slowly, they make too much mistake with pass. But second half, I told them how we must play. That's little I told them. And after they start like how I like. But we must more work to improve this game.
Before this game, how well do you know Ash Gold?
I don't know before. I just see them on the training. I saw there is very talented players, and we must make good team. But we need time. Now it's short time to start games, but we will do everything to start well.
So what? No, when you coach Milo, Edema Ash Gold, and all this answer to that. Was on about no attacking football no po when you say be defend attacking quantity what be attacking football no the Ash Gold babo.
A defensive coach, attacking coach.
I am attacking coach, but I saw we must more work with the defending. I am more attacking coach.
So the fans should be looking for more goals.
Yeah, this is the defensive. I am not satisfied how they play today. But all team must play defensive and offensive. If we do that, we will be a good team.
So your last message to the fans?
I congratulate
Ash Gold fans, yeah.
all of fans. I give regards.
Sama coach Milo di tuja nam sama coach Kamara oda Sokwa Deportivo no si Milo debi unnim Kim Faisal unnim eya Sokwa Deportivo unnim Sokwa Deportivo won ka se omonya ade yenti no
Kamarat
yeah
Onya okay ne say me gidi sa afina waba ente onya nti Sokwa Deportivo nka ana onya hu ye ball ente o free say division 1 eni say no motime boss a ball no but me ka kire no ball na o boy na so do ura league no mo a obawi ne markets bebre ente mo under the omo team no and as players no na mo Sokwa Deportivo no sana ya ne ta boy ball but e sense o eni o nte onim ye ente na onya happy of the team no.
Coach Kamara Sokwa Deportivo na general Emmanuel Frimposi o de Ash Gold was so pre-season teams ni nyina ya Ash Gold team no league no general on betting tentem kra
which I know we're going to take the league hands down because with the kind of players we have, it's soft. It's easy for Ash Gold to take the lead. Ash Gold taking it seriously with ease. Trust me, it's gonna be. We're not even going to force it. We're not going to push it. It's just going to come like that because we have good, talented players. You're here. You witness what the players did in the second half and everything. So I know we're actually going to take a chance to go to the world, to the next level. Yeah, because I know what my players can do. As I said earlier on, the first half, he was actually trying to try a couple of players out. But the second half, he actually fixed like the main team, the main players, and boom, we bounced back. We were down by 1, and right now we bounced back by 2-1. So that should tell you that Ash Gold is a tough team.
no frimpo na je no ewi obuase na ho na Isaac Osu ninja edi tuja o se ono obokodokopen wa captain kodokopen wa se kodokotime wo sabre enam players awodo o matoto abatim num this season there kodokon forget it some major league next season ogide say kodokobe take level.
Okay, me de kodokotim ne de me share the way a change sabatim num na me hu ni say league ne de omo for money into so betimaje na me expect say be a first for no betimaje but say betimaje league ne de because team na omo team players wo ho a omo game kama na yi more than 17 players ya pamoma afabia buguma obi omo ba na fe na omo so ba be fat team no rhythm be take time because I share time na na e na ye keep ya ho che team so wo pese onya solid team just say ugrumi omo che ansa na obenya na say new players na ba ntino Maxwell obe break before obenya no rhythm so me expect say first for the ombeti machine
actually can say your man is
Nsema January Isaac Osu ninja wono so editu dwa Kumasi Asante Korokone Samates enso Koboy match no endi 2-2 I was Summer Boy and no any the last gamer coach Maso Kuledu abo na January ho nyama bebre koso ho ai de beba ama manfo hunemum coach Maso Kuledu de nsema tudwa wa grant interview na nsema odi ato Kumasi Asante Koroko app nenim HSA pre-season no nyema akoye ede amane ye papa na ogidi se kodoko team no are ready for league match Maso Konedu
slowly but the level the team has gotten to now we are ready for a league match even though we are not 100% but in due course everything will fall into place and the boys will be playing very well very soon. We've prepared, we played a couple of friendly matches and most of the boys are doing extremely well. It was just unfortunate we lost Mudasiro, which we all know that is one of our top midfielders. But you know, others are there to hold the fort for us. He begins his recuperation, but we'll be missing him. But others are there to hold the fort.
So Konedu Jenna, was he a feeling giddy? The here say. Ni moti pansa kodoko be keep clean sheet and no any idea is in any so nya clean sheet abetimi agi league trophy no
to focus mostly on keeping clean sheets as many as we can. That is one of the only time we'll be amassing points to become champions. We want to keep as many clean sheets as possible, so we've worked defensively, starting from the front line, the midfield, and in defense. They are doing so well. So we'll make sure that we send the same mentality into the season when it starts. When you keep clean sheets with the squad that we have, at least we will create a couple of chances and hopefully we'll utilize one or two. And that will put us a step ahead of the others. And that is what exactly we want to, build on and get a lot of points.
Sante Kotoko na General Yewi Kumasi Sante Kotoko no National Circus Council no General Omoye Congress akoso kofodia oni bia all the circles the team koshia ye to adwene de fa committee ma faso botai say a committee ma faso no mobilize supporters no in kabom ebetimi abayi papa and so one more Thomas Dr. Kwame as board chairman when timi anko we in pabode sha Alhaji Lamin represent no Alhaji Lamin according say me brene tuja but the chechemu supporters ni bisa say na the Justice Blue Mentiman sign no sika board ni jitumi 2 billion but now Moses person take advantage of Kotoko in Alhaji Lamin.
This Brasso. Yakayama Mimi buy up to 200,000 Ghana. Meanwhile, player in player, I want my 170,000. I'm a check 70,000 for 1 year loan. I know it's not a good deal, but at the end, the service of the ball in the Panasa. This is if anything to our 100,000 I can get 200,000. But you want to take advantage of it. In the day, we say there's a big deal. No, I can't 1 year of the game. It's okay, Sadia. Don't pay 200,000 to the the president may say, let's suspend the bill. Boy, no, only 1 year service. Now, after all, that meaningful position, yet contacting coach, or enough. Let's open behind that area. It's not so important to us. The Maccabi can tell. Many presidents only problem. Just very issue, maybe and suspended. But if we have to 200,000, but we don't understand or take advantage of it, we need to forget because you gold mine, I will take it advantage of it. Just do issue, then buy and what you say, suspended that issue. Only 200,000 there. I think 200,000 is enough.
Sama lajala min edi tu dwa wodwumedi na se nana kwame dankwa na kasaye na general answer na yentie Solomon Ofosuware wasi congress ye onim se oba NCC chairman na be chair na so mu koduru a da bi nana kwame na eche na o kasa na kitove da mi no pie ko na oba yentie na Solomon Ofosuware.
Yeah, so far so good. Nyame adom medra kasa about 5:30 Sabre was say free and echo. There was like a few minutes I was say upon, but the most unfortunate thing is national chairman, Yeba Congress, apart from the open remarks on Kasabim, and I are trying to say the program for next season here, the Nana Kwame Dankwa de Mijidi say we Jina national chairman and name at meeting kama. Me bona baso, but me who say ya ntwaba man na Kwame Dankwa ya twaba ma Christopher de Menya. So I was expecting the Menya so bit na chair meeting no. Now what train baby all the circus no abedu baby all the ko ya ntehwe ana Kwame Dankwa enim die mu and an experience in the circles no what me you see at the managing congress no ama bury na ade hard when they say what kind nhye ya omode abegu akwam a wase nyina support na mesre say yen support na ade ni nyeye we say ya ye nyina dia but ade hard when they say ya to aba ede ama obi as national chairman na yaba congress na national chairman Emma open remarks we got to a time na national chairman yen hu ba bi owo ye meeting for be 1 hour na national chairman team meeting na se yenim ba bi a wafa obaya no betra na ba bi na odwen ho nti ye be pon am e kokra sa me kono afena na menim so be yi question na no so be dey ba no num ne fambo o se sa tuka kokumase
One Ofosuware circles no member no so this answer mutu na Nana Kwame enso kasa so fa na mponsa ban no wo mani na sia supporters mobilization no wo mu guso etu some the doso pa
na I mean anopa na do the heart of focus
has so Friday wo mu call mosque and Saturday wo mu call spiritual home and wo mu call St Mary's Anglican Church as a workplace and officials na koi ko den nyame ase ko two team ni se nyame sa sesabre league e ba be baso na fe nyame M1 has a book nyame team konkan
spiritually there omo ye fortified papa
na den
no maybe omo wura no sa ka park no so
ka park no
so mo de kan wa na no
bibia konkan boom
all right
GFN bo league no de Europa omo bo friendly game Western region and EDBA league na no so say there be league no ebetimi abaso na PFAG Accra sorry Central region PFAG Accra and PFAG Central region and the boy batch ne ba na wina PFAG Accra omo bo modin passion 9 Central fashi mumiensa players bit is Samuel Osakufo Emmanuel Ama John Pencil Sam Johnson Like Kingston, Derek Boateng, Gordon Athram, ya Prekon Ibrahim Tanko, Uforukwe, Omunyina Timi Bobby, Ben Owu, Stephen Beidou, Isaac Vosa, Linda Eshon, Joe Henrich, Calvin Essien, general players on boy no mo dos Omunyina kan be, and no boy ma Chelsea League no, GFA president and Sukupie mu ho no me donation bi bia no Omunyina ntina Chelsea ko ni James say league ne dey
awareness no mo create
awareness na ma say dey league ne baso
ba a week or two ago akanya bad abeg but better late than never.
And only she shared the whole sauce bringing tinum. Company be a back, Masters and Tikoro say, Dakuja project nominal on best supplement with all conditions on one and do mobile. Free, no. Sponsorship. Obama Kotoko half no sweet half. Wow. Omaba, mobile book, Commercial Santa Crocodile. Debbie, Omugusu Dion Comonti, later and Edon Sembeba. And now over the weekend, Commercial Santa Crocodile and Nemsa Bass in New Jumano, Omucorrente Bass and a decoy. Now, man focus Macorrente Bass 2015 Bass and Usuku Jamu, Quemua, Naka Moyane De. Bass no, Kotoko Bass no, I say.
Okay. Ntomo de correct bus na koi.
Ntomo si league on boy on rent bus on to say a bus ni bus no current.
We don't call a summer boy.
Summer boy no.
Kala no me de hwe.
Tebe kala no me de hwe ba. Ba number no. We chiri.
Na mo ko we kwa no comfort.
Inti na mo sa nya another sponsor Okay. Ochisi kiki pao.
Kiki 14.
Yeah.
Kiki 14.
Na kiki 14 no. Na time no di nya no. Nze muchu kakra.
Yeah.
We know the number of days and weeks na sponsors awenya.
Na kiki kono ja 12 ma.
Uja 13.
13. Ema Pokunti. Pokunti kono na ka 2.
Oh, say you can't sponsorship. You can't this short
analysis.
What this number of sponsors.
Okay.
You know what's America?
I said Nina, I dream you one of us. Why are they?
The Jama will be a kind and was America. I didn't know we Mr. Vio Dessa.
Oh, Jima, what do you mean? My oh, cow sick kicking, I'm sick kicking out 14.
Me fuck was a crave. We can celebrate Eba, not the woman. Yedina Husem and so Abremo. Kofi a tampon.
Yes, sir.
I ever see. All right. Now, Barbara, Eba, when at 12 years, Babs, as I think faithful. The man at 12 years, or Heniba Kokudia. Ned birthday, the wishing a happy birthday. Babs, birthday my grand Oju and Dada, and then say, Asari Ajiman Klinsman, yeah, that's a party message now the bio on Facebook. Your messages be na unim say Drada Anna Nyoma Adosupa. Yeah, but it's here. Na Dakano, Edababem Kakra, man of mischief, Kwabi Miki.
Kessben TV on your TV Digibox. Scan now.
Yamra na sesima nine yenhwe de betimi de aka news e de mamu nyina na edwada nti ebobo so nkra oze
7 minutes now okay
so we be just babako nti okay all right nti naru ani kufia tampon wa baba first no okay
Sergio, Black Stars technical team, they are sweating. COVID, any protocols, any infections, and trying to assemble players for national team games, especially the one in Sudan and Baby Boy. As we speak, you know, Mickey Edika, they are telling them that Kojamo Akone, Christopher Netti, we may invite him, all because 2 fullbacks now. Nanki Yeshu many on national team me na attested positive for COVID.
Okay.
Gideon Mensah and Benson, both COVID. And they are still sweating on Andy Adam. So bit my banaze on to me. And now no pay na me read something on the Sun, any other newspapers, especially Liverpool Echo. No more can say no UK because of COVID na esa akosroni adintino. Penyimfo saade ane wo say elite athletes to say Premier League team clubs omutu kwan ko ball game no omuba baka omunkwa isolation nyahwe no weekend ya na UK aban say oma taking off until Liverpool were even contemplating said they be ya ombekwa ko ball Midland or Denmark no maba. So I was asking myself say if the likes of Partey, Andre Schlopp and Jordan, how would they leave UK to Ghana? No matter bad, but the good news is that Black Stars captain Nunu and Noma Babe landed at that. Sansuna, I think that Tarek Fusuni, some few others have already arrived. Clearly, some party, according to AAGF, you know, they are still in talk with Arsenal, try to find out party situation. No matter say beer or be fit for the game. na Arsenal for be releasing and me personally me fear is Arsenal for be dodgy kakra umbitima take advantage of Enra DC maybe your mama na kwa say onya available within BNS because if it's ruled out for even 2 weeks it means that any coins will to coin bagana. Echreze will struggle with our team. Majid Ashimeru, as we speak, the club also is trying to prevent him from coming. So we are likely to have some challenges. I'm tempted to feel that there are a lot of issues going on, getting players and not getting players near the until all criticize it, collapse and only players now. While here you may speaking when you don't have a number of facts and situations correct. Okay. Sergio, Mitier Ashgood coach in the middle. Mitier CEO Emmanuel Frimpong and Mitier Camarats. Coach and only CEO no can two different things, very contradicting. Coach in the team no buy or share no players no talent and so mobile papa bia tatis and bibia and koyi interfere no who team no be. CEO no say team no is about the best. Now we top form one and we move back, fight it back. Ebe share no mu take and say share boom they are ready to go. Camarade say Bruni no more fan say Deportivo now watching a division 1 side into the team in yard born no as a boy as good boy Ojide say so bonus as good be share several teams. I'm tempted to feel say Bruni was starting the politics in them. Politics. Yes. Because then some no can. I say Ogum pen play Crawford no handle team nansa no ba besum. Okay. A good the technical handlers. Omu handle team nansa na ni waba oba be yedman animals. So juma. Eso munya hwe. Players in more talent no. But born na nkasa as a team no nothing. Wow. And this is the technical team you are going to work with. Is it creating an impression there? Problem near Kessie, Tim Ninye, and I feel no Babisum. Kayani Sabro for the Omunyas, but I think this is an impression. That is the impression I get. Okay. As a moment to Munya on the team. But this is the team that has beaten Deportivo 2-1. The CEO is impressed. The Deportivo Penny impressed. Who head coach now be fetting the Busa also now name team na fe no ababefa or who say boys no what talent no money but as a team no omunya they are not playing as a unit. Okay. And for me it's not good. So
this is how good morning. This is how we have shot ourselves in the foot. Haven't we damaged our own Kosinyantechi? If you were there, couldn't he be able to contest the CAF presidency? Kwasi, good morning. Dichamso. Kofi Champo, best 3 minutes.
Kwasi Dichamso, what do you say about Rana Sanko Yechi? To be honest with you, because me can't trust on the pay in Koma Medidi, no normal over this CAF presidency send me as an American home more, but Yana Pesami de Bebem. That's now, you know, I say I didn't hear good.
You never say Claire.
I'm telling you, Mr. Koblajenfi, Joe like I'm a catcher when they say, and if not what has happened to Kosinyantechi, Kosinyantechi will be CAF president from March next year. Kobe CAF president from March next year. How must struggle to get Dr. Patrice Metembe to come and contest? I say, Yakopani Chow. Patrice Metembe, you know. Melody Sanders, I say a company chow. So I'm contesting because they're looking for candidates, they're looking for somebody. Because you will be CAF president from March next year. And the TSC,
Ghana didn't vote for Baumia, but I know they always appreciate Baumia's influence. So let's stop that usual pull him down agenda exercise. Kumasi Santikotoko will not tolerate that their usual cheap agenda this time around. Yabremu upon UK. I said, "No man can then some na a deep
in some park. I say,
so no some more kind, a deep.
Yeah, but you see, and so man rubbish is when you call people for meeting. Now no chair meeting now. At any point in time, Biano, I saw respecting Krofana. Yes, no matter go so your meeting. You cannot leave the meeting for 1 hour. If indeed there's a Chairman Solokan in the crowd, leave the meeting for 1 hour, then you come and sit down without any communication to the people you brought to you. Are the chairman of the meeting. But what must say? Why are you busy? Why are you busy? If there's any telephone call, you give it to somebody to receive it, because what go out no meeting, you have some respect for the people. But what must say? Never must say a question. What my chairman? You a question. What's you when you know? There's nothing wrong with that, because you're not well informed and all the experience to answer the question than you. But to leave the meeting unceremoniously, and after 1 hour walk in and come and sit there as if say you feel no. This is Congress and a meeting. But what must say? If indeed the solo can say Sunday tennis and credit. Yeah, but because I'm person discuss it is more with the enough Frank starting. You see, team Bia we pre-season. I live by 4 weeks econo. Jonas we are readiness. I started go to pre-season 5 weeks in here. What I said, so last week near Golik. Now league started weekend we. Coach Wabonyan coach team no. Also until 3 days now baby Biana. Yanka say omo match and no just no training. Or Saturday run team and then no training. Touchdown training Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I'll be changing Bibiana. Give some sort of recognition and respect mark of war. You say comfort Bonnie or Chow ya reformer comfort to no. You minimas your money the move whatever trinity no. So because on Yadi I think or tear from Cabana for no come to no. Are you get what I'm trying to say? I disagree with coach in the comment, especially with the way say they were slow. This normal be. If Sana we are not for technical team now no more discuss it than to grant interview to the media saying these things. But what must say? It's amount to undermining Ejuma no mu underestimating omun knowledge and Ejuma na no mu yeni. Are you get what I'm trying to say?
Emrana ekuntia can say matches in the course of friendly games in the course no as if there anything to go by league never be chance Kotoko draw ya share medium Diana
Olympics share Liberty 2-1 we have to say Sarah dey anything WW too early so we say preparation obi okobe changing it obi okobe say but the my point in any Black Star is saying the Ghana nyina dey support Emma team no especially with this critical moment no Joe most players who invite you are not able to come maybe injury be a COVID be a say in the ASA on the match no that's why the cool had to make late collapse to I think Clifford Abuajas or something if I saw that in the media to Kojama Kode they contacted some of us I can confirm that say and the Christopher Nate we need to support opportunity about team I training now for 5 weeks there Kojo Amwakon Christopher they should be ready so and they should be able to step in so we step in now we here support men pushy coach nipi because of circumstance of finance seminar is not getting most of them.
Okay, this is weekend, they met me the Abisia, minim, Udi ever sorry, and the Ken, ye pay Bukra, just
as a folk, spiritual home seminar, is irrelevant.
Hey,
and the last time they went there 10 months ago, they were 9th. They went there last 3 years, they were 13th. The most important thing is that they should motivate the players on the field of play, cite them, and support them. That is it. Has supporters on Copac no me say. That is the most important thing. Omo chapters no. I hold was say na ye adwuma wa Accra. Omo betimi akosted you mako support boys. How are they motivating these guys on the field of play, both externally and internally? Adwuma no. Any adwuma no spiritual home. There was series of examples. You bet him the ama omo koba performance. Boom. Oh, Sergio. I'm giving examples. And me Muslim come say 10 months ago they went there meet me a yatro. Oh, me say me phone so man can.
10 months ago no me there.
No me say. Omo di knife.
Ah, na dey na 30.
Freddy. Any.
Officials of House of Folk visit the club's spiritual home at Swalaba. Maybe 10 months ago.
Omudi say, any knife.
Yapon.
This one about interface.
Yapon. It will review.
No, I said, and quite a better could be crack as has better lake.
I live about a gambari at the break.
Casas better lake.
Sorry, I come critical.
No one can. I probably critical. Prophet Bedu could be say, a heart of it. Well, who the prophet, no, well, who select the quiet me, no, because I has better lake. Send a prophet.
No, I was going to say Trump better.
Trump will still sit on the
No, don't say that.
What's it? And crack. Joe and I am the American. That's how I see them. Son of minimum. I did 2 days. The election between Trump and the Biden, one of them will happen. No babu to Maka. Only that for nothing. Only she. No one is a leg here. Not like I had better leg. Well, is a leg in you? So who are there into future? Say in 12 months, Tabu de Bessia. What do the best 6 months time?
But could be frame and come on papa.
And it's season
2 weeks ago.
Well, papa you could see 9 years
because someone but papa
and trunk one.
The best animals are going to hear that. Papa is but home comes.
Oh, and trunk one.